Hello friends at home. In this video I will be doing today's math lesson with you. So far this week we have been learning all about two-dimensional shapes. Those are our flat shapes that we draw on a page. They can be measured how tall and how wide they are, and that's it. Today we are going to start working on three-dimensional shapes. We will see that three-dimensional shapes are solid shapes that actually have three measurements. So we can measure how tall they are, how wide they are, and how deep they are. So it gives us that third measurement. Your 3D shapes are like your solid real-life shapes that you can pick up and hold on to. So the friends in the room are a little noisy. They're going to quiet down. They're just getting their books out and settled. And we are going to look here at some different three-dimensional shapes. So it says Sally has different kinds of blocks. They are solid shapes with 3 dimensions. How can she sort her blocks? Well, she decided to stack them by shapes that can be stacked and shapes that can roll. Okay, so if it has that curve on it, it can roll like a wheel, but if it's flat, it can't roll, it can only slide, right? So Sally can sort the blocks into shapes that can be stacked and shapes that can roll. So we have here a cube. Everyone say cube.
Cube.
This one, it looks like a cube, but it's taller. It's called a rectangular prism. This one, it kind of looks like a paper towel roll or a soup can. It's called a cylinder. It has a flat top and bottom, so it can be stacked, but it also has a curved side, so it can also roll. So the cylinder actually goes in both places. This one's called a cone. Everyone say cone. And that one's easy. It looks like an ice cream cone, doesn't it? If we turn it this way, you can put a scoop of ice cream on top. Yummy. And then the ball, I'm actually going to pull my mask down. I'm far enough away that it's safe because I want you to watch my mouth. First, I want you to say the word fear. Like you're afraid of something, fear. And then I want you to say the S sound followed by fear. So it's a spear, spear. It's not a spear with a puh sound. A spear is like a sword or a knife. This is a spear. So it's the S with the word fear, okay? Excellent. And a ball is a sphere, okay? So whenever you catch a round ball or a marble, that's a sphere. Mateo?
It's sphere, because the B and the H make...
Yes. I'm going to wait because I see 5 people in this room that are not being respectful right now. So a solid shape is a 3-dimensional shape. If you turn the page here, it says color the shapes that match. So we're looking at a cone. You can use your pencil if you have your pencil out, or if you have a crayon or marker on the ready. Color the shapes that match. So all of the cones. So is this first one a cone? Yeah, so go ahead and shade that one in. And again, because it's math, it doesn't have to be perfect coloring, just enough that I know you know what you're doing. Is this one a cone? No. Is this one a cone? Yeah, so color that one in. What about this last one? No. And up here it says solid shapes are not flat. They actually are 3-dimensional. Now it says circle the real life objects that are shaped like this solid object. So let's look here at some real life shapes, and we're going to find all of the real life shapes that are cube shaped, okay? So the first thing we have here is a present. Is that present the shape of a cube? Yeah, so circle the present. Whoops. What about the orange? Landon, what shape is that orange? A sphere, yeah. What about the tissue box? Is that tissue box a cube? Yeah, Emma's giving me thumbs up. Good job. How about the Rubik's Cube? Yeah, and speaking of Rubik's Cube, Noah, your little mini Rubik's Cube that you had here, it's in my car. And I'm going to tell you a funny story why it's in my car, and I'll bring it in for you on Monday. Remember a couple weeks ago I told you when I came in here and my son came with me and he was moving stuff from desk to desk? I found that little Rubik's Cube in the back of my car the other day. So all I can think is Grayson must have grabbed it out of your desk and brought it with him. So it's in my car, and I'll bring it in for you, okay? Yeah. So that is a cube. In fact, the name is a Rubik's Cube, so it's right in the name. So here it says, Tim pulls out a block from a bag. He can stack the block and roll the block. So which shape does he have? Well, a cone, I can put it on the top of a tower, but I can't stack anything on top of a cone, right? So it can't be the cone. Even though a cone could go at the top of a stack, you can't stack on top of a cone. It would just fall off. So that one doesn't work. A cube can be stacked super high, but can a cube roll? No. A cylinder can be stacked end to end, right? You could stack, 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 or I could lay it on its side, and it could roll, roll, roll. So what shape did he pull out, everyone? A cylinder. This one says, how are these solid shapes the same or different? How are they the same or different? Well, they're both 3D, right? This one doesn't have any flat sides, so it can only roll. This one doesn't have any curved sides, so it can only be stacked. Go ahead now to the top of the next page. This is just a reminder of some 3D shapes. We have our stackable shapes, our cube, our prism, and our cylinder. Then we have our rolling shapes, the cone, the cylinder, and the sphere. Down here, we're going to color or shade in the shapes that match. So right now on your own, take a minute. All of your rectangular prisms should get shaded in. All of your cylinders should get shaded in. And then all of your cubes. And we'll come back in just a minute and check our work. So friends at home, go ahead and pause. Friends in the classroom, go ahead and get started. And we'll go over it in just a minute.
And now go pick your nose.
All right, friends. So here I've colored in the rectangular prisms. There were 1, 2. Here, I made a mistake. I started continuing to color the prisms, but I realized my mistake and crossed it off. So you should have colored the 2 cylinders. And down here, the first 2 are cubes. This one is not a cube. If you colored that one by mistake, make sure you cross it off. That one's actually a rectangular prism, okay? All right, go ahead and turn now to the back. And on your own right now, circle all of the cones and circle all of the spheres. You do yours, I'll do mine, and then we'll compare. All right, I have the party hat and the stacking blocks are cones. Here I have the compass and the globe are spheres. Now let's look here. It says Maya and Pearl each draw a shape that rolls. Okay, so Maya and Pearl draw shapes that roll. Kim draws a shape that does not roll. Pearl's shape can be stacked. So which shape do they each draw? Okay, so Kim draws a shape that does not roll. So we know Kim's is what, Connor?
A cube.
The cube. So write Kim for cube. Okay, so we got Kim draws a shape that does not roll. Now, Pearl's shape can be stacked and it rolls. So which one can be stacked and roll? Amelia? The cylinder. So we'll put Pearl for that one. And that leaves Maya, who has a shape that rolls. So the first one must be Maya. That is your sister. And then this one, how are these shapes the same and different? Well, they're both 3D. They can both roll. This one, you could stack a bunch of them on top of each other. This one, you can't stack on top of itself, right? It can't be stacked on top of itself. All right, friends, so that was our introduction to 3-dimensional shapes. We will continue working with these into next week. For now, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you again soon. Bye.